Announcer headset test audio 1. This is the announcer headset. Hello, testing audio 1, live from Benedetti Worley Stadium on the campus of North Central College. My name is Kevin Jackman. For those of you on the live stream a little early, hop over to Twitter and follow us at NCTV17. Audio check 1.
Number 23, Morgan Murray. Number 24, Ellen Brown. Number 25, Jess Benavides. Number 29, Natalie Tilka. Number 30, Angie Gaspare. Number 35, Jolyn Alvarez. Number 36, Annette Stidham. Your Blue Jays are coached by Allison Brady, and she's assisted by Megan Brady, Madeline Sherrier, and Brittany Whittywicks. And now, for your starting lineup for your North Central College Cardinals. Number 2, Nikki Maris. Number 3, Claire Norfleet. Number 4, Bianca Perry. Number 5, Rebecca James. Number 12, Cassie Whaling. Number 13, Kara Stevens. Number 14, Kaylee Robbins. Number 17, Anisha Mattingly. Number 19, Maddie Moss. Number 22, Emily Zadney. Number 23, Gina Fisher. And number 25, Kat Schultz. The Cardinals are coached by Danielle Fiala. She is assisted by Nana Sopeth and Gabby Nyes. The faculty mentor is John Small. At this time, we ask you to please rise and face the flag at the south end of the field as we honor America in playing the national anthem.
Welcome to another broadcast of Cardinal Lacrosse. It's the women's team taking on Elmhurst this afternoon. Make it early evening, and it should be a good one. First matchup inside the conference. The Cardinals are on a torrid 7-game win streak, and they have absolutely been on fire on the offensive end. Hello, welcome to this NCTV 17 broadcast of Cardinal Lacrosse. I'm Kevin Jackman. Thanks for joining us tonight. Beautiful weather. It is expected to get a little bit colder over the course of the night, but hopefully not too bad. And, of course, it shouldn't be too bad for the players running around on the field. They'll be ready to go and nice and warm all night long. The rest of us, the spectators, might be a little chilly come maybe 8:30 or 9. Sun shining just over the northwest part of the stadium. It's right on the horizon as the Cardinals and the Blue Jays are just about set to get underway right at midfield. Cardinals 9-2 this season, first year under new head coach Danielle Fiala. And after a rocky opening 4 games that saw them alternate between wins and losses, they have ripped off 7 consecutive wins. We'll get into all that and more over the course of the broadcast. But it should be plenty of fireworks in this one to keep you well entertained. And with that, we are underway, and the Cardinals will control first. Into the offensive zone, and they like to score early and often. Right over the middle of the field, it's lost in towards the sideline. That is out of bounds, and it will belong to NCC, or rather to the Blue Jays. Starters for the Cardinals, Nikki Maris, Claire Norfleet, Bianca Perry, Rebecca James, Cassie Whaling, Kara Stevens, Kaylee Robbins, Anicia Mattingly, Maddie Moss, Emily Zadney, Gina Fisher, and in goal, Kat Schultz. If you watched our very first broadcast of the season, you were watching one of the most lopsided games you may ever see. It was a 24-0 affair against Cornell College. They're from Lake Forest, a little farther north of here. 24-0. It was a shutout for Kat Schultz, and yet she had to make 0 saves in the game. Credit the offense for holding on to the lacrosse ball for huge amounts of time at a time as the Blue Jays control it now and circling in and out. A lot of pressure applied by the Cardinals. That's Ellen Brown who had it, and a whistle. Who will the ball belong to after this? It's the Blue Jays, about 20 yards out. Still Brown, twists, and puts a shot on goal, but it's whacked out of there by the Cardinals, and here they come. That was Anicia Mattingly coming up with it. And down the field they go. Ground ball picked up at the 30-yard line. That's Casey Whaling. Has it on the outside, far side of the field. Might be a little tough to view that ball whizzing by with that sun streaking across the field. We'll try and keep you updated exactly where it is. Right now it's on the outside, put towards the middle. Picked up again by Kara Stevens. Thrown outside again. And now right in front of the net, and it is taken away by the goalie, Grace Noble. Looks like Claire Norfleet was the one to attempt that shot, and the Cardinals now trying to take it away, and they do. Right side of the field, possessed by Bianca Perry. Now at the top, that's Maddie Moss with it, directing the rest of her teammates around. You see the wall the Blue Jays are putting up right in front of the player that has the ball in the net. Now into the stick of Gina Fisher, the all-time leading goal scorer for the Cardinals, 196. And again, it's Noble picking up the ball and whizzing it downfield. It's lost and tracked down by the Cardinals. Fisher scoops it off the turf and now returns it back to the offensive end. Right over the middle, and it's a lot of contact right in front of the net. And there is a whistle. Who is this going to go against? It should be against the Blue Jays, and it looks like right now Claire Norfleet has it in her stick about 10 yards away or so. She may get a free shot, or rather initiate from that point. Waiting for the whistle to resume. 26-25 to go, first half. An explanation being owed to the Cardinals from the official, and here we go. Back underway. Norfleet directing, near side. Gets it around back. That's Whaling, rather Mattingly. Far side, swung up top. Back to the near side, Bianca Perry. Perry behind the net, trying to shift this Blue Jay defense around. Talking to both Coach Danielle Fiala and the new men's lacrosse coach, Jay Farrell, they both said that whereas the comparisons with hockey is understandable, they believe that lacrosse most likely functions, or more often functions, I should say, like basketball, with the different motion offenses, zone defenses, man-to-man occasionally. You can set picks. You roll towards the net sometimes. I found that very interesting as there's another whistle. It looked like a Cardinal made contact with the goalie, Noble. And Noble will get it right back. 25-13 to go first half. No score in our game quite yet. Cardinals, over their last 7, have scored 22, 24, 18, 18, 16, 24, and 16 goals a game. An impressive output as Kara Stevens has to U-turn out. Gets it over the middle, lost by Norfleet, grounded out. Maddie Moss picks it up. Scoops it in, right over the middle. It's Gina Fisher, and it's wide of the net, no good. Picked up again by the Cardinals, and it is Claire Norfleet opening up the scoring. Dumps it over the top, and the Cardinals lead 1-0. Check the stick, and the stick is good, as is the goal. And Norfleet picks up another one. She has been very good this season. I want to talk about a player who has really emerged as a senior. She's been a contributor for all 4 years, but really has become a force this year. 35 goals, second only to Gina Fisher by 4. Norfleet also with 32 assists. That is good for a team-high 67 points. And has done so on only 52 shots. Cardinals possess again, or do they? Ground ball still to be determined. Trying to track it down is Casey Whaling. She's behind the net. Scoops over the middle. Bianca Perry lost it. Tries to shoot it out, and Norfleet is there. Good play just to keep possession of the lacrosse ball. Outside with Fisher. Up at the top with Maddie Moss. She'll make a cut in. Has to throw it behind the net. Comes around. No good. Whaling has to get it outside. To the top with Fisher. Has no angle towards the net now. Over the middle, and Moss couldn't connect. Taken away by the Blue Jays. Joan Alvarez was the one to take it away. Up the field, across midfield, and the Cardinals look like they've gotten it right back, and they have. That's Emily Zadney racing up the field. Across the middle, Gina Fisher peels out. Looking for an open teammate, hasn't found one yet. Now makes a move towards the outside and has to back up again. Nice job by Zadney to try and get the ball up the field and catch the Blue Jays off guard. Unfortunately, a nice little seal right in front of the net. Cardinals relentless right now towards the net, and it's Zadney finding the lower third. And they lead the Blue Jays 2-0. Elmhurst coming in 3-6. Cardinals 9-2, so you figure this might be another game where the Cardinals
22, Emily Zadney,
pour on the goals, and Kat Schultz may not get a ton of action on the defensive end. And so it is so far as a timeout is called, and we'll take one with them. 22:53 to play. Cardinals on top 2-0. We'll be back on NCTV 17.
Timeout North Central.
Welcome back. Cardinals already up 2-0, 22:53 to go in the half. Claire Norfleet and Emily Zadney, the two goal scorers for NCC. as Noble will take the trip back to the goal. Has been pretty good in the early goings despite the 2 goals allowed. Has blocked a couple of shots. Her defense has sealed out the Cardinals, but again, relentless offensive attack that the Cardinals have had so far this season. You can see it in the sheer number of goals that they've scored. 194 as a team. They have only given up 76. The difference there is huge. Cardinals gain control, and it's in and out of the stick. I believe that was Kara Stevens who lost it out the back. And a whistle belonging to the Blue Jays. Again, beautiful night tonight. The lights have just been flipped on. They're going to probably take greater effect over the course of the next hour. It's about 7:15 here in Naperville. Sun setting on the horizon just past the Riverwalk. Maddie Moss spins in front of the net, still working with the lacrosse ball. Goes to the opposite way. Bianca Perry makes a cut across the middle, still controls it, and she comes out the other side. Another attack out in front of the net. Gina Fisher swarmed. Ball still loose, fighting for it, sent out the back behind the net. And Whaling tracks it down, and it's off the end line belonging to the Blue Jays. Or no, this belongs to the Cardinals. Whaling with it. Right behind the net. Moss in front. Fisher. Met by a wall. Cardinals very patient right now. They made 3 successive cuts, and here's another one by Moss, and she can't quite corral the ball. It's Whaling coming out the other side after cutting across. Fisher saw a lane and now has to back out. Too much traffic out in front of the net. Cardinals need to send one at a time, and it's Stevens right now, and she does not get seen by Fisher. It's Moss. Side of the net. Too poor an angle to try and shoot. Try to go over the top, gets it knocked away. Now makes a cut. Looked like there was going to be a little alley right there. This time it's Fisher, and off the back of the net, and the Cardinals will have it. Second or third time that Fisher has seemed to have a little street paved right to the goal, and it is closed up fast, and that one does not. Claire Norfleet nets her second goal of the game. I think that surprised the Elmhurst Blue Jays because they were not ready.
Claire Norfleet, assisted by number 12, Cassie Whaling.
Nice job by Claire Norfleet to score her second. It's now 3-0, 20:13 to play first half. You only get the feeling that the Cardinals are just getting started. You see Norfleet and Gina Fisher at the top, running back towards midfield. Norfleet able to come on the Cardinal Report a few weeks ago, talking about all things about her senior season and the fact that Fisher broke Danielle Fiala's record, and the players able to enjoy that moment. She's at midfield trying to win possession for the Cardinals. And a delayed whistle. It'll belong to NCC. And away we go. Cardinals already up 3-0. Here they come on the attack again. They have owned the offensive end so far. Here losing control out in front. It's Kara Stevens battling for it. And it's won by the Blue Jays. Here comes Elmhurst racing up the field. Christina Kotlinski still with possession of it. And it gets knocked out. Fisher, and it's picked up by Emily Zadney. Long pass out in front, and it's a 2-on-3 scenario. Bianca Perry leading the charge. Perry, back door, And it's knocked out of the netting of Casey Whaling. Ground ball picked up. Kara Stevens, there she goes. Thought she had it a couple of times. Fisher with it. They don't keep this statistic in college lacrosse. I wish they did, because the number would be fascinating over the last game and a quarter that we've been able to cover live here on NCTV 17. But how long the Cardinals have held possession compared to their opponents. As the shot from Bianca Perry goes up beyond the end line. So the Cardinals will maintain possession of it. I'm guessing 85% of the time. Whaling misses. Just wide left. It wasn't blocked, I don't believe. Perry found Fisher. Fisher couldn't corral it. Now tries to knock it out. And it's into the big net of Nobling. Or rather, Noble. Here comes the Blue Jays with an offensive opportunity. That's gone. Cardinals, not just relentless on offense, I guess, but also defense. Whaling backs it out. Norfleet, who scored twice already. Makes a cut to the outside. No angle. Has to go behind the net. Bianca Perry. Out in front, Maddie Moss slings it in there. 4-0 NCC. Boy, this team looks dangerous right now. Really impressive the way they work the ball around.
Goal for the Cardinals, number 19, Maddie Moss, and assisted by number 4, Bianca Perry.
Bianca Perry with the assist. You talk about a team that might come out of nowhere to stun some people in the women's lacrosse landscape. This team was picked to finish 3rd in conference in the preseason poll. If they continue the way they're playing right now, you could see them 1 or 2. Augustana and Carthage voted out in front of them. Augustana the top team, supposedly. North Central has yet to play either one of those 2 teams. Cardinals also sweeping the Player of the Week award for the CCIW. Both Claire Norfleet and Gina Fisher being named to the College Conference of Illinois and Wisconsin Lacrosse Players of the Week. Had fantastic weeks. Norfleet has won once, as has Fisher. And they're the only Cardinals to have won this season, and they happen to win in the same week. Fisher for being a defenseman, Norfleet for being an offense. Out in front of the net, Fisher just misses, and it flies out of play. So the Cardinals in their first conference game with a commanding 4-0 lead, 13 minutes in. You look at the overall standings in the conference. Speaking of that preseason poll, and here they are, Augustana and Carthage, though in reverse order, but they do sit atop the conference. Augustana 10-1, Carthage 8-3, but the Lady Red already with 2 wins in conference play. Time called behind the net, a collision. It looks like everybody's all right. A lot of very good lacrosse teams in this conference. It's a 7-team league, and 5 of the 7 have records of 8-3 or better. Cardinals, one of them at 9-2. Trying to make it 10-2. Out in front of the net, and a little jump shot, no good, blocked by Maddie Moss, or rather from Maddie Moss. Racing up the field, it's Jess Benavides. Here comes, oh no, Gina Fisher takes it away. Heard that a few times tonight. Now the Cardinals trying to push the issue, and it's going to be Elmhurst ball. The pass intended for Bianca Perry could not connect. Perry, some pressure right off the bat, couldn't get there. It's Ellen Brown blistering past a couple of Cardinals, still with it on the sideline. And a whistle. This one's going to be against the Cardinals, Nikki Maris, I believe. And Maris will have to back up away from Brown. On the left side, now right in front of the net, 20 yards away. Back to Brown. Elmhurst hasn't really put a good shot on net yet. Here it might come, and Kat Schultz snags it away and then launches it downfield. Claire Norfleet, the only person who has a chance to pick it up, and she does. So Schultz 1 for 1 in save opportunities, and here comes the Cardinals with a 5-on-3. Pass out in front, Maddie Moss spins. And a foul called against Elmhurst. And she gets a free shot. Here we go. Tough angle, a little bit of a different angle, I should say. Maybe not tough. Moss puts it over the top left shelf. And puts the Cardinals on top, 5-0. 14:51 first half, and the Cardinals with a nice lead.
Goal for the Cardinals, number 19, Maddie Moss.
So the theme continues this season with fantastic offensive play, and right now the Cardinals are on pace for a 20-0 win. Sounds about right, considering we've already seen a 24-0 victory here on the NCTV 17 airwaves. The team is impressive. Nice crowd here at Benedetti Worley Stadium. Some fans in the first row taking in the contest as it starts to get a bit cooler here inside the stadium. The wind working its way across the field, and it's bringing with it some late evening air. Temperatures will dip below the 40s at some point tonight, hopefully not before the contest is over, for the sake of our cameraman, Chris Picciolo. Does have a glove and hat. That might come in handy at some point tonight. Fisher. That didn't take too long. Fisher, her first goal tonight, and the Cardinals take a quick 6-0 lead. Fisher now with 197 this season.
Number 23, Gina Fisher, assisted by number 19, Maddie Moss.
Let's take a look at the goals scored tonight. Claire Norfleet with 2, Maddie Moss with 2, Emily Zadney with 1, and now the program's all-time best scorer, Gina Fisher, adds another 6-0, and Elmhurst will take a timeout. We'll take a timeout with them here at Benedetti Worley Stadium. 14:20 to play first half. We'll be back on NCTV 17. Welcome back. The Cardinals and the Blue Jays just about set to take the field. And as you can see, the sun has set, and it is a magnificent sunset here. The scene at Benedetti Worley Stadium. Shades of orange and blue, and now we get the nice shot of the field with the lights taking over. Picture perfect night. Winter hopefully is officially gone. Supposed to get up to the 70s this weekend. The Cardinals, I'm sure, will much appreciate the turn in temperature. And out talking to the softball team on the Cardinal Report this week, they really want that warm temperature to come to town and fast, especially Brooke Kehoe, who is the starting catcher for the Cardinals. Says she really could use that left thumb of hers again. When it's nice and cold outside, you kind of lose feeling in it. 14:20 to play, and the Cardinals and Blue Jays just about set to get back underway. Right at midfield, smack dab in the middle of the NC logo. On this beautiful turf field. Shot up in the air, and Fisher. And now the Blue Jays have it. Doesn't last for long. Picked off. Claire Norfleet rushes it ahead. Maddie Moss pushes the issue. Bianca Perry wanted Norfleet, but somebody in the way. So she'll back it out and set up the offense. This is where the basketball mentality comes into play. That was almost like a fast break where you really didn't see a path to the hoop, so you take it out and you set up the half-court offense. This is essentially the same thing, just played on a much larger scale with more players. That's the message I got from Danielle Fiala and Jay Farrell. Speaking of, it'll be exciting when the men take the field for the first time. It's still a year in the making. They'll debut in spring of 2017, but it's coming fast. It's the next new program here at NCC as Kara Stevens cannot pull that one in. Moss picks it off into the netting of Gina Fisher. Men's lacrosse and women's triathlon next year. Shot no good, popped up, a whistle. Who's the whistle on? That's the question. It'll belong to the Cardinals, I believe. Or will it? No, it's going to be Coble shooting it out. Blue Jays waste no time in trying to get the ball up the field. They're sick of watching the Cardinals play around on the offensive end. They want some time with the lacrosse ball. Only one shot on goal. It was snagged by Kat Schultz. Can they put another one on net? Brown trying to peel around the edge and rejected by Anicia Mattingly. Mattingly sticking to her extremely tight. Now Brown gets by, and her teammates right there to block her out. Now double team out in front, trying to poke it away. Passes over the head. And the ground ball won by the Blue Jays. Norfleet persistent. And it's out in front. Megan Keys spins past Fisher, but Fisher gets the best of it, knocking it loose and pushing it out in front. Bianca Perry and Maddie Moss lead the charge. Here comes Perry. Breaks towards the middle outside Moss. Moss to the net. Skips it up and in there. 7-0, third goal of the game for Moss. 11:42 first half of play.
Cardinals goal, number 19, Maddie Moss, assisted by number 4, Bianca Perry.
Bianca Perry with the assist. That's her second or third. Let's check the official stat book. Perry, that is her second. 2 assists on the day for her. 1 assist for Casey Whaling, 1 for Maddie Moss. 3 goals for Moss, giving her 4 points on the night. Impressive night, impressive performance so far for NCC. 7-0 as we wind towards the 10-minute mark here in the first half. Blue Jays have really one offensive standout, and that's Phoebe Leroy, and yet we have yet to hear that name tonight. She is number 28, and she has yet to make an impact in this ballgame. Out across midfield, Kara Stevens, flanked by Gina Fisher. And a nice move by Stevens out in front of the net. Left-handed shot, no good, out in front. And it's picked up by the Blue Jays. Noble shut out Stevens after the beautiful move to shake loose. Lofted up, picked away. Cardinals have a chance to recoup. Still loose on the ball, around on the ground. The ball picked up. Knocked out and whacked in the face. That's definitely going to be a whistle. And I believe Bianca Perry was the one who committed the foul.
Yellow card for the Cardinals, number 4, Bianca Perry.
And Perry will work her way off the field. And we will have an injury timeout here at Benedetti Worley Stadium. The Cardinals lead 7-0, 10:47 to go, first half. We'll be back after this on NCTV 17. And we're just about ready and set to play. The Cardinals committing a foul. Bianca Perry working her way off the field, and it's belonging to the Blue Jays off the bat. Another whistle. This is going to go against the Cardinals again. It's Angie Gasbar right in the middle of the field. Lofted out in front. Blue Jays come at the net with Jolynn Alvarez. And she gets it knocked out. The Cardinals have it. Emily Zadney. Toss way out in front. Maddie Moss now with it. Cuts towards the middle. Shot on net, no good. Right in front of the net, still loose. Gina Fisher there, has it. And a ground ball, no good off the pipes. Cardinals fighting for it behind, and it's Caitlin Roybal. Back out top, and it's Kara Stevens with it. Just to the left of the screen, she has it at the bottom. Now cuts towards the middle, wide open, blocked right into the net of Noble. Noble has made some nice saves tonight. It's not going to look pretty, the final line score, having already given up 7 goals, but she has made 4 stops, and that is an impressive total through just 20 minutes of the game. Another whistle on the Cardinals, and it's Alvarez who will take off, swarmed by NCC. And her head rocks back, and a whistle called. Not sure if she got hit in the face or what, but she might have the ball just within 10 yards. And now it's going to be a yellow card for the Cardinals. Anicia Mattingly.
Yellow card for the Cardinals, number 17, Anisha Mattingly.
So she comes out, and Alvarez has a free shot at Kat Schultz, and the shot goes wide, and it belongs to NCC. Cardinals working their way across the field, back onto the offensive end. Shot on goal, no good. Out in front of the net, Noble can't quite corral it. And it's picked up by NCC. Perry with it. Blue Jays take it away, knocked out. Getting it right back. That's Annette Stidham. Here comes Gina Fisher, near side, working her way towards the net, and a whistle. Where was that? Where is that coming from? Not quite sure. Blue Jay ball. Must have been a whistle away from the action. Overshot. Cardinals have it. Emily Zadney flies past midfield and now past a couple of defenders towards the net. Puts it right towards Bianca Perry, still loose, and the Cardinals, Gina Fisher has it. Cuts across the wall of Blue Jays right in front of the net, about 11 or 12 yards away. Puts it over the top. Norfleet wide of the net, left side. Cardinals with it. If you're a novice lacrosse watcher, this one's put out in front. Shot again, goes wide, and the Cardinals claim it again. If you're wondering why, even though the ball is going out of bounds, it doesn't belong to the Blue Jays, whoever is closest to it is awarded the ball. And yes, the tip of your lacrosse stick does count. That's why you see the players reaching out as far as they can as Bianca Perry scores and does a little jig right on sight. 8-0.
Cardinals goal number 4, Bianca Perry.
Perry with a nice night, a goal, 2 assists, makes it 8-0 with 6:14 to play first half. And a timeout taken by the Cardinals. We'll be right back on NCTV 17 to close out this first half at Benedetti Worley Stadium.
Timeout North Central.
Cardinals scoring for the 8th time tonight. The goal belonging to Bianca Perry. Impressive offensive numbers already for the Cardinals. 2 goals for Claire Norfleet, 1 for Bianca Perry, 3 for Maddie Moss, 1 for Emily Zadney and Gina Fisher. Assists belong to Bianca Perry twice, Casey Whaling once, Moss once. That'll do it for assists. As we get back underway and Fisher has it. A relatively quiet night for the all-time leading scorer in Cardinal history. Bouncing in and out of the netting of Moss, but she gets it right back. And another quick goal for NCC. They're on top 9-0.
Goal for the Cardinals, number 19, Maddie Moss.
Moss is having one heck of a night. And in a matter of 14 seconds, she nets another one. Maddie Moss, 3rd on the team with 33 goals scored this season. And make it 37 now. She's now tied with Claire Norfleet for 2nd most on the team at 37 apiece. And now both of them are 2 behind Gina Fisher. Norfleet benefits from a whistle, and now the Cardinals are set to go again. Middle of the field, Gina Fisher. Fisher winds to the left, back to the right. Shot on net, no good, picked up by the Cardinals. Fisher like a one-man wrecking crew out in front of the net. Bianca Perry trying to work out in front. Now it's Fisher. Stays outside. Kara Stevens. Steven winds around. Now goes back to Fisher. Patience with under 6 to play here in the first half. 5:07 to be exact. Out in front. And Claire Norfleet gets hammered, loses the ball, and gets it right back. Over the top, it's Fisher, and she did not have a clear shot at the net. So she'll back it out. Now comes back towards it and has to resort to escape behind the net. Over the top. Did she keep it? She did. Kara Stevens, awkward exchange, picks up the ground ball. And Stevens will lose it, still on the ground. Picked up by the Blue Jays, and it's Ellen Brown winding up the field. Out in front, Steedham racing up, blocked by Maddie Moss, and the Blue Jays have nobody out in front, and Moss just picks it away. There's really no point in rushing it up the field if you're just going to give it right back up. And now it's a 4-on-2 for the Cardinals. Lofted up, Claire Norfleet bounces it up and in, and it's 10-0 NCC. Norfleet now just 1 goal away from leading the squad on the season with 38 goals to Gina Fisher's 39. 3:57 to play.
Goal by number 3, Claire Norfleet, assisted by number 19, Maddie Moss.
Moss with the assist, so give her a 6-point night in the first half. Really impressive. Cardinals looking to improve to 10-2 this season. Right now, they're well on their way. It would take a really drastic second half turnaround for the Blue Jays to come back. Norfleet got it to go the way she wanted it, but Elmhurst right there to pick it up. Coming up the field, Angie Gasbar. Gasbar swarmed and tries to go to Ellen Brown. She loses it momentarily. Cross field rather. And a whistle called against the Cardinals, and it is Claire Norfleet with the infraction. 2:30 and winding down towards the half. Gasbar out in front. Shifts a couple of times and now has to back up. Kat Schultz only required to make one save in this first half. Will she have to make another? She does. Out in front, and Fisher picks it up. Second save for Schultz. Cardinals keep their shutout intact. And now it's out in front with Bianca Perry. The Cardinals racing up the field. Nikki Maris now picks up the ground ball and has a man open over the middle. Bianca Perry just wide of the net to the right side. Picked up by Roybal. Roybal will slow it down with 1:44 to play and almost throws it right over the head of Casey Whaling. Sky's up there and nearly nets a goal. Blocked en route to the net. And it's Steedham keeping control despite the ferocious effort from Whaling. Back to the goalie Noble. Picked up by the Cardinals, and here they come again. Out in front of the net. Winding around, and had to throw it out. Claire Norfleet kept going towards the goal despite not having the ball. It's kind of a prerequisite to scoring a goal. She'll pick it up and resets. Mattingly cuts towards the net, sidesteps, ground ball, good. And Mattingly makes it 11-0 with 34 seconds to play, and that should probably do it for the half. By the time we get this game reset, it should mark halftime here at Benedetti Rowley Stadium, and what a first half this has been for the Cardinals. 11 goals to the Blue Jays, none. And they're en route to their first conference win of the season. They were 4-2 a year ago, and they look extremely good already this season. On their way to a 9-2 record, possibly 10-2 by the end of the night. That'll do it. Time expires here at Benedetti Rowley Stadium. Halftime is upon us, as are the lights. They have taken full effect of our field. As we approach 8 o'clock, we will take a 10-minute timeout. When we come back, second half action here on the campus of North Central College. You're watching NCTV 17. Second half is almost here. 30 minutes up on the clock. 30 minutes separating the Cardinals from their 10th win of the season, which would just so happen to match their total from a year ago. Plenty of games remaining as well, as the Blue Jays and Cardinals set to get back underway. All conference games. It's Elmhurst tonight, Carroll, Augustana, Illinois Wesleyan, University of Dubuque, and Carthage remaining on the schedule. Two really good teams in Carthage and Augustana. So the Cardinals will really test their mettle up against those two teams as they win possession right off the bat, and it's Gina Fisher to Claire Norfleet. And dribbled in, Noble picks it off. And speaking of picking off, almost, who has possession? I don't know. It's on the right side of the screen. That's Nikki Maris working her way around. Dribbled, no good. Noble again, acting as a brick wall. Nice job by the goalie. Not once, but twice in a matter of seconds. Bianca Perry trying to cut off one of the Blue Jays' offensive attackers. That's Christina Kutlinski. And pushed ahead. Mattingly out in front. Norfleet. Norfleet up and over the top. Gina Fisher. First goal of the second half. Make it 12-0.
Goal by number 23, Gina Fisher, assisted by number 3, Claire Norfleet.
Somebody must have told her at halftime that Claire Norfleet was closing in within a single goal of her on the season, and Gina Fisher wanted to make sure nothing crazy like that was happening tonight.
Timeout, Elmhurst.
Timeout taken by Elmhurst right off the bat. We're just a minute and 40 seconds into the game, rather into the second half, and a timeout taken. We'll take one with them. We'll be right back with 28-21 to play, second half. Long extended timeout taken by the Elmhurst Blue Jays, and now they finally break the huddle. And they take the field. Down 12-0, just a minute 40 to go, or rather into the second half of play. I'm sure what they're saying right now is things are already bad enough. We have to try and find a way to get some confidence back. They may not be 9-2 like the Cardinals, but they've also won 3 games. You have to go back to the way they were playing in those 3 contests. As the Cardinals have it, Nikki Maris picks it off the turf. Out over front of the net, it's Gina Fisher. Fisher holding on for a while. Outside, opposite way, Maddie Moss. Middle and picked off by Elmhurst. Pass a little too high and wide for Gina Fisher, but that's not going to stop her from trying to get it, and it's Maddie Moss with it. Tenacity. And again, it's Fisher and a whistle. It'll be on the Blue Jays, and will Fisher have a clear shot at the net? That's the question. The answer is yes. This is almost an automatic. Here we go. Fisher readies. Oh no, doesn't put it on net, instead backs it out. Over the middle, and it's going to have to be reverted out by Maris. Cardinals might show some more patience here in the second half as to not run up the score. I'm sure they'll work on some fundamental things. A lot of the Cardinals, what they said after the game against Cornell, every player played every position with the exception of Kat Schultz. Decided to keep her in goal. And what Danielle Fiala was hoping to accomplish with that is the overall awareness of each one of her players as to where each other has to be at a given time. That might be what they do tonight as well. Fisher right out in front, has to back it out, now twists back in. Weaving in and out, really going nowhere, but still has the ball. Noble picks it up and lofts it out. Noble really not setting up the Blue Jays for success when she throws it out. And here comes the Cardinals, and Moss gets hammered, but also hammers one home, and it's 13-0 NCC.
Goal by number 19, Maddie Moss.
So make it 13-0. Time standing at 25-25. See the scoreboard on the south side of the end zone. At some point soon, that J and dot became a track. You see at the bottom of the scoreboard, that'll be lit up, and we'll have a track meet here. Outdoor season is upon the track and field teams. Both teams performing fairly well as of late. State-of-the-art facilities here at NCC. You see the beautiful track just beyond the green turf. One of my favorite events run here is the steeplechase. One of the more grueling races a runner can participate in, but a lot of reward once you finish it. Fisher cannot connect with the back of the twine. Out in front, Bianca Perry, the intended target, couldn't get it to her. Picked up by Anicia Mattingly. Moss out in front, no good on the pass. Maris gives off to Norfleet. Norfleet whips it up top, and it's Mattingly giving back over to Moss. Moss's pass rejected. The men's tennis team in action this afternoon. Some great results there. Victor Kruger and Connor Sass winning the #1 double pairings. We'll have full highlights from that game coming at some point tomorrow. Really shouldn't say game, I should say match, meet. A lot of exciting action going on today. Baseball also in action. They were 6-1 winners over Milliken on their home field, Zimmerman Stadium. By the way, the Cardinal tennis team 8-1 winners over Aurora University. Victor Kruger also won singles, number one singles. Sass won number one singles. Good day for the tennis team. Out in front, missed. Blocked again by Noble. So the lacrosse team trying to make it 3-0 today for NCC teams. In a great position to do so right now as they get it right back. Perry to the middle. Moss towards the net. Pops straight up. Still loose. And it's the Cardinals. Nikki Maris with it. Maris still running point. Fisher working her way around. Fisher out in front, and it is going to be twisted out by Moss. Didn't have an angle. And the ball goes in. I thought Noble had it. And then all of a sudden she slammed her stick out on the ground.
Goal for the Cardinals, number 23, Gina Fisher.
And it's Fisher with the tally, making it 14-0. 21-13 to play. Tomorrow, a brand new episode of the Cardinal Report airs. It'll feature the softball team, Coach Jim Kalawiak, hopping on set with us. Should be a lot of fun. We'll be right back here, just off the Fox River here at Benedetti Stadium tomorrow for a brand new Cardinal Corner, and we'll have Gina Fisher on the program to break down the skills of scoring a goal, which she has done often tonight. So look forward to that as well. Show airs tomorrow at 7 o'clock. You can also find it on nctv17.com. And the full episode will be on the North Central Athletics YouTube page. Cardinals up 14-0, back with the lacrosse ball right here. They've had possession for 90% of this game. Another dominant performance by this squad. Thanks for tuning in tonight. We appreciate the support. And I know the athletes do as well. As Claire Norfleet sneaks another one by Noble. Her third of the night. And it's 15-0 NCC.
For the Cardinals, number 3, Claire Norfleet, assisted by number 23, Gina Fisher.
You know, I was joking with Claire Norfleet and Bianca Perry off the air when they were on the Cardinal Report. I said, you know, we're going to be broadcasting more of your games. You're just going to have to make sure you don't make them one-sided affairs. Make them some good games, why don't you? And they said they would. Maybe going back on that right now. 15-0. This is just complete dominance. Really impressive stuff for Danielle Fiala's squad. You see her holding the clipboard with a gigantic 4 on it. She was a former player here at North Central, and Gina Fisher tracked her down and took her record of the most goals scored in program history. It's not a long history that this program has had. Started in 2007. But Fiala, a 4-year contributor, as has Gina Fisher, spent 4 years here in the program. Her freshman year with Fiala, now coached by Danielle. And we're already seeing some more Cardinals getting action in different spots, and it's Emily Zadney winning possession in the middle of the field and racing up. Looked for a second like she was going to rip a shot in there. Fisher on the outside. Tosses over to Norfleet. Norfleet walks in, now backs out. Looking for some openings towards the middle of the field. Back to Fisher. Over the middle, Norfleet. And it's right into the net of Noble. That's all right. It's picked back up by Gina Fisher. 17:15 to play. Shot on goal. Noble picks it up. Whacked out of there. Still loose on the ground, and a whistle called, and it's going to belong to the Elmhurst Blue Jays. Oh, no, it will not. Yes, it will. And it's Noble. Boy, that would have been bad if that ball had snuck past her. Blue Jays asking for a slash from behind from Mattingly. None called. And now a whistle. And it's against the Cardinals, Maddie Moss. So a game tonight for NCC, a couple of days off. On the 16th, it's Carroll coming to town. And then Augustana will make the trip to Naperville from Rock Island. A big advantage for NCC to be playing at home against the conference's top team. They're 10-1 this year. And then the final three games, road, home, road. Last game coming against a very stingy Lady Red team of Carthage. Looks like the foul's going to go against the Blue Jays. Or will it? No, it's going to go against North Central. Noble reacted like the call was going against Elmhurst, and instead it was for them.
Timeout, Elmhurst.
And with that said, they'll take a timeout. We'll break with them. We'll be right back on NCTV 17. We're midway through the second half of play here from Benedetti Worley Stadium on the campus of North Central College. The Cardinals, and they lead 15-0 over the Blue Jays in a one-sided affair. Kat Schultz has made 2 saves for the Cardinals, in what could be another shutout effort. It would be the second of the year, and it would just so happen to be the second live televised broadcast of the season as well. Maybe the Cardinals just need us to come out for every single game, and they'll win 20-some to nothing. Blue Jays trying to hold on for dear life to that lacrosse ball. They've not had success tonight. Near side, and it's Steedham. And it pops loose. She gets it back and collides. Big collision with her and Emily Zadney. Looks like they're both all right. Middle of the field, and won by the Blue Jays. Rebecca James was in on that. We haven't called her name very often tonight since starting lineups for now, is because, well, ball hasn't been on this side of the field very often. Whistle blown, and it goes against the Cardinals. So here comes the Blue Jays, led by Angie Gaspar. Keeps possession. Shot is blocked away. Not sure if that was Kat Schultz or somebody else got their stick in there. But the Cardinals preserve the shutout for now. It gets past Stevens, and how Kara Stevens will break towards the net. Out in front, and Noble took the risk of coming out of the net. Paid off. Dump behind, and a foul on the Cardinals. "14 minutes to go. Elmhurst, I'm sure, would just love a goal. Just one. Cardinals don't want that to happen, though. They love a shutout, I'm sure. Ground ball finally won by James and tossed ahead to Fisher. It's Mattingly to Norfleet. Norfleet to the near side. And Nikki Maris will go behind the net. Casey Whaling surveying the field. Waiting for somebody to break with open space in front of him. And instead she has to go out at top, and it's Emily Zadney to Gina Fisher. Flips it over a couple of times, and it's out in front with Zadney. Zadney towards the middle, shot up. Was that off the pipe? It sounded like it hit maybe the pipe, and the Blue Jays come up with it. All the way up the field, bulldozing through everything. Angie Gaspar making her way towards the net, and it finally pops out, and the Cardinals take it away. She made it almost 80 yards before the Cardinals were able to knock that out of her netting. And now it's Maris winding behind the net. Norfleet, the intended target, pass blocked away, and Maris will pick it back up. Fisher out in front. Space. Goal. Fisher makes it a 16-0 game. Second half has been kind to her.
Goal by number 23, Gina Fisher. Assisted by number 2, Nikki Maris.
Maris with the assist. That gives her 8, rather Moss has 8 points. Maris, that's her first point of the night. Norfleet with 5 points, Moss with 8, Fisher with 5. Those are your leading point getters for the Cardinals. .11:30 to play, second half. Clock continues to wind despite the goal scored. It'll be Zadney in the middle of the field. Try and win possession for the Cardinals. Zadney coming back from a season-ending knee injury a couple of years ago, or rather a year ago. And she wins possession, gets it up the field. Out in front is Claire Norfleet. Norfleet wanted to try and get it to the front of the net. Instead, it's Kaylee Robbins with it. Robbins to the front of the net, and a goal scored. NCC's Emily Zadney with her second of the night.
Goal for the Cardinals, number 22, Emily Zadney, assisted by number 14, Kaylee Robbins.
17-zip, Cards lead. The next time they will be on NCTV 17, it'll be Augustana, the opponent. And Danielle Fiala's bunch will certainly have their hands a little bit more full than they have tonight. The Vikings 10-1. They'll have a couple of games between now and then, as will the Cardinals. They'll face Carroll between this game and the next. That Augustana game comes on April 20th, a week from today. Also a 7 o'clock start here at Benedetti Worley Stadium. So mark that on your calendar. And there's also one more broadcast after that against the University of Dubuque on April 27th, which that's 2 weeks from today. That's the rest of our live streams. Been a lot of fun this year. Hopefully this lacrosse team can bring a title back to downtown Naperville. Beautiful night here. It's getting a little chilly now. And of course I can say that inside this nice and warm press box. But it really is quite pleasant outside. Feels more like spring than it has of late, when snow and sun and rain and wind has all decided to show up at the same time, often switching on and off over the course of a couple of minutes. Clear skies all weeks, and the temperature will get up to 70. That'll be nice. Zadney again in the middle of the field. Straight up. And James fighting for it, and it's Fisher. Now it's Fisher picking it up. Norfleet, long pass out in front. Zadney to Norfleet. Norfleet stops on a dime, is stuck in the middle of a bunch of Blue Jays. They nest her in. It's Kara Stevens winding her way inside. And a foul on Elmhurst. The officials not exactly making the Blue Jays happy tonight. And now Stevens has a free shot at the net should she want it. And she'll take it. And it's right underneath Noble. The heads-up play. Picked off by NCC James. We'll back it out and keep the Cardinals on the offensive end. And Noble with it again. Blue Jays up the sideline. That's Jolyn Alvarez, or rather, mark that it's Annette Stidham. And the Cardinals take it away again. 8 minutes separate them from their second shutout of the season. Can they get it? It's not a matter of win or lose at this point. It's a matter of shutout or not. Fisher picks it up, winds her way in. There was an angle there should Casey Whaling would have pulled the trigger. Whaling gets it knocked loose, and she commits a foul, and it's going to be Elmhurst ball. Whacked out of there and a whistle called. And a yellow card for Casey Whaling. She'll make her way off the field.
Yellow card for the Cardinals, number 12, Cassie Whaling.
So Cassie Whaling off at 7:02 to play. And action picks back up. Cardinals have 2 losses this season, and by a combined 2 points. That is the hardest way to lose. Although Elmhurst would make a case for the way they're losing right now. The second loss, an overtime thriller with Southwest University down in Texas for that 3-game swing they had in the Lone Star State. They finished 3-1, but I'm sure that loss kind of marked the trip a little bit. The other came to Concordia University, Wisconsin, back in the beginning of March, a 10-9 score. So if you really think about it, 4 goals more this season, 2 in each of those games, and the Cardinals would be a perfect 11-0, working on a 12-0 start after tonight. How impressive is that? They were 10-5 a year ago, 4-2 in conference. They have a very good chance to surpass that win total from a year ago. And further make some noise in postseason play. A nice senior class. Kaylee Robbins, Gina Fisher, Rebecca James, Bianca Perry, and Claire Norfleet. They'll all be graduating after this year. That's a big piece of this core. So this might be the best chance the Cardinals have had, have, and will have in the future of trying to bring home a CCIW crown or more. Never discount the more. Stevens picks it up near the sideline. Back towards the net, now behind. Front of the net, and a whistle. Emily Zadney had it. And she'll have it about 10 yards away from the net. A free shot. .420 to play. 17-zip. And here comes Zadney. Just wide left. Picked up by the Cardinals' Claire Norfleet. Norfleet open over the top, and Zadney couldn't haul it in. Noble will. And Elmhurst nearly loses it on the sideline. Right in front of Allison Brady, the head coach of the Blue Jays, clapping her hands in support of her team to try and get the ball up the field, and they just can't do it. They've had 3 shots on goal, and they've all been blocked. Norfleet just tried to scoop it past Noble, and Noble comes up. Not sure what they're waiting on. Elmhurst just stalling right now. Cardinals pick it up. Should they want to, they could probably waste the remaining time on the clock. There's 3 minutes and change. Towards the net, doesn't look like they'll do so at this point in time. Ball behind the net on the left side. An air horn, no, that'll stop play. Oh, and a timeout. That's why there was an air horn. Thought there was an inconsiderate fan, but rather
Timeout for the Cardinals.
one of the scorers on the field. Timeout on the field, 2:46 to play. We'll be back for the conclusion of this one on NCTV 17. Two minutes and 46 seconds left in this one. Not a matter of if, it's a matter of will it be a shutout? Unless, I hate using this word in sports, something miraculous happens, but 18 goals in 2:46 after previously being shut out over the first 57-16. That would be a miracle. Zadney at the top. Just waiting. Zadney still with it. Holding on for a long time. And he gets blocked. Knocked out. Blue Jays have it. Here they come. Long pass towards midfield, and it gets by everybody. Picked up by NCC. That might have been Elmhurst's best and final chance of the night to try and surprise the Cardinals with a goal of their own. As Norfleet has it. And the Cardinals space out on the offensive end. Weaving in and out right in front of the net. Norfleet continuing to play every single game the Cardinals have played in the last 3.5 years. An impressive feat. I don't know if she even realized she had done that. Mentioned that on the program, and she said, yeah, I guess I'd be proud of that. That'd be really awesome. Noble with it. 70 seconds left. Crystal clear night here at Benedetti Worley Stadium. Perfect for the Cardinals to pick up win number 10 on the season, matching their 10 wins in 2015. Cardinals will track it down, and 45 seconds separate them from a victory. Ball still on the ground, picked up by NCC. Into the stick of Fisher.
30 seconds left.
Fisher with 30 seconds left on the clock. Shot attempt, no good. Picked up by the Cardinals. Over the middle, good. And Kara Stevens gets on the board tonight. And that'll do it. 5 seconds remaining, and that's how the Cardinals will finish off the night. From a feed from Claire Norfleet, Kara Stevens tacks on the 18th and final goal for the Cardinals, and they win by that total, 18-0 over the Elmhurst Blue Jays.
Your final score
Impressive all the way around for the Cardinals. Top goal scorers, Maddie Moss with 5, Claire Norfleet 4, Gina Fisher, 4. Emily Zadney with 2. Anicia Mattingly with 1. Kara Stevens, 1. And Bianca Perry with 1. Maddie Moss, the leading point scorer with 8 on the evening. And the Cardinals pitched their second shutout of the season. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Our next telecast of Cardinal Lacrosse will come a week from today as the Cardinals host the Augustana Vikings in what should be a fantastic game. Really looking forward to it. Look forward to talking to you then. For Chris Picciolo, my cameraman and producer tonight, and Kevin Jackman saying so long. We'll see you a week from today here at Benedetti Worley Stadium on NCTV 17.